The man least expected to rise. They didn't see him coming, not because he made noise, but because he didn't. He didn't arrive with a spotlight, nor was he announced by pedigree or power. He began as a whisper, easily overlooked in the crowd of louder voices, wealthier background, and bigger names. He wasn't born into privilege, nor handed a blueprint for success. Like many others, he started with little more than a name, a dream, and a handful of rejection. He was never the obvious choice. In truth, he was the one most people dismissed. But what they couldn't see was the fire burning quietly inside him, a fire no hardship could extinguish. This is not a story of perfection. It is a story of great grace and growth, a journey carved through adversity, fueled by vision, and grounded in relentless effort. It is the account of how a young man born in the shadow of limited opportunity found himself elevated into boardrooms once thought unreachable, without shortcuts, without compromise, and without ever losing his soul. But make no mistake, he did not rise alone. At a critical moment in his life, following the death of his father, he found a guardian in his Uncle Ihide Ihelwa, a brother to his mother and a mentor in every sense of the word. Uncle Ihide became a pillar for the family. He ensured that Benedict and his siblings had access to quality education and a strong foundation for life. More than a provider, he was a visionary who exposed Benedict to a world far beyond what was familiar. Through him, Benedict was introduced to technology and communication at a time when most around him had yet to touch a keyboard. From exchanging emails in cyber cafes to correcting grammar to gifting him his first laptop in university, Uncle Hide's investment in his intellect laid the groundwork for the digital mind Benedict would become. That early exposure gave him a decisive urge, a window into knowledge, perspective, and innovation that would change everything. By 21, Benedict had completed his education. At 22, he sought greener pasture abroad. At 27, he returned to Nigeria, undaunted, determined, and ready to begin again. It was then that destiny introduced him to another turning point, P1 Group, under the leadership and mentorship of Dr. Augustine Onwumere and Dr. Jane Onwumere, visionary co-founders and the king and queen of real estate in their own part. Benedict found not just a platform, but purpose. These towering figures didn't just show him the rope, they walked beside him, investing time, trust, and training into his development. Their calm strength, principled leadership, and unshakable belief in human potential created fertile ground for Benedict to grow, not just as a salesperson, but as a leader. What began as a leap of faith into real estate quietly turned into launch of legacy. By 2019, he was P1 Sales Champion, a title he had held 2021, breaking records and setting new benchmark for his excellence. Today, Dr. Benedict stands as CEO and chairman of multiple companies and a mentor to many, proving that the best way to rise is by lifting others. This biography is more than a personal story. It is a call to anyone who has ever been underestimated. It is a mirror for those who's been told they wouldn't make it. The man least expected to rise didn't just rise. He redefined what was possible, and in doing so, he changed everything around him. In these pages, you will discover the lesson forged in fire, truths about wealth, failure, leadership, faith, mentorship, and the power of believing, work ethic, and the right relationship can transform a life and by extension, a generation. This is not just his journey, it could be very well be yours. Welcome to the man least expected to rise, a story not just to be read, but to be lived.